something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. Fielded about a yard deep. A little juke. And all that ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Number 10 on the return.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hey, here we go. Wide, ain't it?
Check.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Hey, four down.
They'll run it now. This is Chuck Hanson West. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Green.
Here's West. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position,
Ready.
a real threat.
Green, 90.
This is 3rd and
Green,
long.
90. Slow. Left.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. The offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced them to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
You got 3.
A give to Elliott running left. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
What is it?
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
What is it? Then we're going to 53.
We got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
What is it?
Prescott looks to throw on 1st.
Check 99.
Completes it to Austin. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
4 down. 4 down.
Here we go. What ain't it? What is it?
Prescott now from the 50. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Prescott now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
4 down. 4 down.
Gun. What is it?
Prescott from the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Line of scrimmage again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
What is it?
4 down. 4 down.
What is it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Then we're going to 53.
Hey.
What is it?
3 down. 3 down.
What is it?
On 3rd down, it's Elliott. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a cornerback.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before, the kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Z! Ready! Green 39! Green 39! Left! Z!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Ace. Hey, watch it.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Mahomes now on 1st down. It's complete to Chris Conley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Ready! Green 39! Green 39! Ace! Hey guys, I got 15. 15's mine. I'm taking it. Shift!
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
So! Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. So! Left. Ace. Okay, dog. Watch the safety creep. Deuce.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Green 39. Green 39.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
They'll try and run for it 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone
58,
twice
Will.
already.
Back 58,
Here
Will.
comes 3rd and goal.
Ready, green 39, green 39. Z, 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 Z.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But before the game, you and I were looking at some of the highlights from last week, and one of the top plays was certainly that 99-yard touchdown run by Derrick Henry.
Not only was it a top play, it's going to be memorable, and again, not just for 99 yards, which is enough of a reason to remember it, but it's the way he got it done. I mean, how about him knocking over people, stiff-arming people? I mean, it was an incredible, strong run. Tony Dorsett, who actually held the record before Derrick Henry, he hit him up on social media, gave him a little dap, a little congratulations. What a play.
Yeah, those are the only two guys to have a 99-yard touchdown run. Incidentally, both of them Heisman Trophy winners as well.
And a friend of ours on social media, he sent out a post that said, and with that run, Derrick Henry locks up his 2nd Heisman Trophy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Kill.
Here we go, 47, 47, 46.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down.
Here we go, 47, 47.
2nd down, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, boys, we got
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flushed out right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it's 3rd and short. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Slow.
Mahomes now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Single. Slow. Z. Mike, 55. Check. Slow.
Mahomes will try again on second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. David Irving able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards.
Ace. Slow. Ace. 10. Slow.
55, Mike, 55.
Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Please request additional details at the stadium's entrance.
$15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up first and 10.
Strong right. Hey. 4 down. What do you think?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Chips over here. Let's overload.
Here we go, 46.
Final play of the half. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1 could be first touchdown wins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
Green 90.
What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack to lose that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Z. Slow.
I'm coming after you.
Ace.
Safe. Check 31.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 91 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Check.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
26.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Run!
Watch out.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
47.
Guys, check me out.
26.
Again, it's Elliott.
Slam!
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Here we go, 46.
4 down.
Gun. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even.
26. 26.
A first down carry by Allen. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
got 4. We got.
Here we go. Wide in.
Let's go, let's go.
Here we go. 47.
Number 53, Mike.
46.
Elliott running right, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Yeah, baby.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
26.
Prescott down. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Double tight.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
26.
And we'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
All day, baby.
26. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Being chased out left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
26.
Kill.
26.
From the red zone now, Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Start there, over here. Over here. Start there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
3rd and long for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Kansas City will kick this one off.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, here we go. 180.
Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Jam him, jam him, jam, jam.
They begin here with a run by West. Charkandrick West. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Charkandrick West, 68 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, off he goes.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The Chiefs is lined up for the kickoff. Number 10.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. What a spin. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, get inside. Let's go, get out, get out.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Even. 4 down.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
49.
What is it?
They'll run it with Elliott.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, so you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
Lay down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Right here. Tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Time for a break.
Got 4.
We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Prescott on 1st down. He finds Hearns left side. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
26.
Prescott from the gun. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Dave! Woo! Let's get it.
47.
53's the mic. 53.
26.
Running with Elliott. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 52 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
I got 11.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, you know, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back in, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
4 down.
They run it again to Williams. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Left,
He
left,
lost
left.
4 there, and it's
Black
third
58
down.
rail. Black 58
That's a tough
rail.
one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.